Hey everyone, welcome back to Always Broken. Today we're going to be looking at the washer fluid on my 2012 Chevy Colorado. This worked for a bunch of the first gen Colorados. But basically when I hold down the switch to try and activate the window washer, the wipers start going back and forth, but no fluid comes out. So first thing I did was look in the fuse block and make sure all of the fuses for the washer system was good. Those were fine. So then I came over to the washer pump area, which is attached to the washer fluid tank, and was able to determine with my multimeter that we were getting power to the plug, but we weren't actually spinning the motor. I used a little 9-volt battery with some wires to try and jump start the motor, and it just makes a clicking noise. And so I think what's going on is the motor has seized up, so it's no longer working. So we'll replace that. So I went on to Rock Auto and picked up this washer fluid pump. It's specific for the car. What I did notice though was they sold versions that didn't have this kind of oval plug. They had kinds with wires coming out of them, and I think they're more generic style. I think it's a bad idea to cut into factory wiring, so make sure when you're ordering the part that it has this kind of oval plug that will work, at least on this 2012 Colorado. To get access to the pump, it's on the right side, passenger side of the vehicle. It's on the back side of this washer fluid tank. So the only way to get to it is to remove the tank. This washer fluid tank and the coolant tank are actually one unit. So we have a 10 millimeter bolt here, a 10 millimeter bolt here, and then down there at the bottom, you can kind of see we got a 13 millimeter bolt down there. So I'll remove those three now. Set the fasteners aside so you don't lose them. You want to get every extension you've got to reach down. Right down here is the 13 millimeter bolt. Now, so I don't drop it, I'm just going to lift up this whole assembly. One other thing you got to do is just take this hose out of the way, and then we can lift the whole thing up and sort of tip it forward. I still have my fastener on the bolt so that I don't lose it. I'll reach down here and grab it so don't drop it. We got that one out. Okay, on the back of the washer fluid tank, you can see that we've got the pump here. See, it's got that oval plug. The wire is over here along the firewall. Just a simple lift the tab and pull it apart. Okay, so here's the new pump. This is the inlet that goes into the tank itself. It comes with a new grommet that you'll want to fit over there and replace in the tank. So we will pull the old one out and do that now. I'm going to remove this hose now that goes to the actual washers. So if you just kind of take your fingernails and push on the end, twist it back and forth, you should be able to work that off of the barb. Okay, I got that fitting off there. Okay, so the pump has this little tab on top that fits into a little slot there. So in order to start getting it out, you have to kind of push down and pull it back, and then you kind of release it from that tab. Looks like this old brittle one broke a little bit. But now we can rotate this. Again, tip it up so the fluid isn't going to come out of the hole, and then just work the pump out. Set that pump aside. I'm going to pry out this existing gasket, and then we'll put the new gasket in. If you kind of rotate it as you're pushing it in, you can make sure that the flange of this bushing gets pushed all the way down. Okay, we'll take our new pump, push it into the hole, and rotate it up into place. Now you got to get that tab kind of pushed down into location, so we'll push forward. Kind of wiggled it back and forth, and then it pushed into place. Now the pump is secure. We'll go ahead and reattach this elbow to the output. It just pushes on like that. Make sure the elbow is pointing up. we'll go ahead and plug the connector in. So you kind of got to get it close to being in place. Kind of hard to see, but just push this connector down into the oval port until it latches. There's the connector plugged in. Just pushed it down into that port there. Well, you got this tipped, it's actually a good time to kind of guide this 13mm fastener in. You can just set it down in the oval here, the bottom, so it's in place. And then we will go ahead and fit this in location. I'll use the extension I have to make sure that this doesn't accidentally pop out. Kind of just set it there and feed it all into place. Okay, I was able to easily get this fastener in the hole because it just stayed in location. We got the tank all set down and we will put the fasteners in. I like to leave all my fasteners loose until they're all started. That way, you know, the tank isn't misaligned in some direction. You tighten one down and then you can't get the last one in. So we'll get them all started here. Okay, we got everything fastened back up. Everything's tightened down. Push this hose back through this little holder and we will go test it. Okay, I got the key to the accessory position. We'll go ahead and give the squirters a try. There we go. Working great. This concludes the video for replacing the washer pump on a first gen Chevy Colorado or GMC Canyon. If the video helped you out, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. It really helps the channel out. I'll see you on the next one.